Bruno Guimaraes could be headed to Arsenal, ladies and gentlemen. And obviously, it's now been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano and Ornstein, so we can speak about it now because, we don't want to get criticized online by the dumbasses. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so used to doing streams. Welcome to another pre-recorded video. We're here to talk about Bruno Guimaraes joining Arsenal. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, OK Jersey, MHF 15% off instead of 8% off. You can go get all the next season shirts. Instead of you buying one shirt for £100, you can get one for £15, and its quality is amazing. I've been sponsored by them now for 8 months, and no one's messaged me complaining about it. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal, ladies and gentlemen. Let me put up the tweet that made me record this video, and then we're going to get into the details of this whole situation. Bruno Guimaraes waiting for final call to get on the plane and fly for medical to join Arsenal as soon as possible. Arsenal and Newcastle in club-to-club contacts to fix details of the move and proceed with the next steps. 6 is the magic number. 4 players can play 2 different pivot positions with 6 different midfield combinations in those 2 positions. I've excluded Odegaard and Eze because I'm counting them as the number 10 players, and I'm including the 4 that can play there. Lewis Skelly, Zubimendi, Bruno Guimaraes, Declan Rice when they eventually sign him. If you're going away at Anfield, you're playing my club, or you're going away at Manchester City, you can play Bruno Guimaraes and Declan Rice if you want to be a bit more conservative. If you want to rest Declan Rice because he's played a gazillion minutes like he did last season, you can play Bruno Guimaraes and Lewis Skelly and still beat the team. You can play Bruno Guimaraes and Zubimendi and still beat the team. Now, I think, and this honest with you guys, I feel like people lose all their brain cells when it comes to speaking about Arsenal, because even a player that everyone rates turns into a bad signing. Arsenal are overpaying. Arsenal don't need a DM, blah, 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 blah. Arsenal are fixing a position, and they are fixing a problem that has been a problem for them for a while now, which is resting players and rotations. Norgard, maybe he should have been trusted a bit more, but I don't think Norgard has the quality in order for Rice to sit on the bench and Norgard to play a couple of games. Meanwhile, Bruno Guimaraes does have that quality. So that's the difference. I've said from the start of this transfer window, I think Arsenal are the most stable club. I think Arsenal are the most stable institution right now, and they're most likely going to win the league. They're most likely going to beat everyone to a league title, to be fair, including my club, City, whoever it is, Chelsea, United. Obviously, Arsenal are in a much better position than us right now, and they're in a much better position than everyone else. Bruno Guimaraes just establishes them being in a better position because he gives them depth options. He's going to be an incredible starter for them. He's going to be someone that can obviously move the ball going forward. He's someone that can carry the ball high up the pitch as well. He's someone that can tackle. He's someone that can stop counterattacks. He's a good passer of the football as well. So Bruno Guimaraes is almost like a complete midfielder joining Arsenal who can help them take their club to the next level. Obviously we saw what happened in the Champions League, all tired, not rested enough, etc., etc., etc. And, Arsenal had to pay for it towards the end of the season because all their players were tired. All their players needed rest. All their players, needed to just like have some games off, but they couldn't afford it, because of maybe the midfield depth. Zubimendi fell off a bit towards the end of the season. However, I think there's a bit of revisionism on Zubimendi, and this is coming from me. Everyone knows the video I went viral for the Zubimendi situation. However, I think Zubimendi's been unfairly judged. You can't act like Zubimendi is like this bad player, because Zubimendi, the entirety of last season at the start, was considered one of the signings of the season. So yes, he fell off towards the end, and Lewis Skelly stepped up. However, to pretend that Zubimendi is this bad signing for me is crazy. I think Lewis Skelly has stepped up massively in that area of the pitch as well. I think he was Arsenal's best player in the Champions League final against PSG, dictating tempo, controlling the ball. His passing through the lines, I think, was very effective, even in the final. He had many good moments for Arsenal this season, Lewis Skelly, even to the point where Arteta came out publicly, basically, and indirectly admitted that he treated them harshly. Sorry. You obviously got Declan Rice there, one of the most overhated players in the Premier League. Not overrated, overhated. All the rivals pretend like he's this bad footballer who has no technique. Yet he's the same guy scoring free kicks past Real Madrid and crossing incredible crosses in corners and, from set pieces and from dead ball situations. And even his passing is underrated. I don't think he's a bad passer at all. So I think Arsenal are in a much better position than everyone else. And signings like this confirm it, bro. You're taking someone else's captain in the Premier League, and it's a plug and play situation. It's not like Arsenal need Bruno Guimaraes to adapt to the league and adapt to the situation and adapt to the Prem. There is no adaptation required. There is nothing required. He's plug and play, meaning he's already played away at the Etihad. He's already played away at Anfield. He's already played all these games. He's already done all those things. So this notion that, oh yeah, Bruno Guimaraes is joining from Newcastle and blah, 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 bro, it's plug and play. The guy is already used to the league. He's experienced enough. And that's the other thing as well. Arsenal are in a position now where they need to win now. Obviously, they're much better than all the other clubs. So they just need to win right here, right now. They can't wait 2 years to win, 3 years to win. So they don't have time to develop youth players. Maybe as depth options like at Zolas or something like that, it makes sense. But in terms of starters, I think they need experienced players. And this is an example of an experienced player that comes in and makes a positive impact on Arsenal. And I think this is exactly what the doctor ordered. Arsenal need players like this. Arsenal need players that bring in the quality. Arsenal need players that make the difference. So you can rest your Rices and you can rest your Zubamendis and you can rest your Lewis Kellys. And he's experienced. Now, at the World Cup, he actually played really well for Brazil. I know he missed the penalty, but it's not like he'll take penalties anyway at Arsenal. He won't take penalties. But his profile suits Arsenal. It's exactly what the doctor ordered. And, Arsenal are proving that they are serious about winning the league next season because there are so many clubs with question marks, including mine. City, there's question marks after Pep leaving, possibly Rodri leaving, and Bernardo Silva leaving. So that's massive change right there. You've got, obviously Manchester United. How will they deal with 2 games a week? Spurs is Spurs. And Chelsea, obviously they've got 1 game a week. So maybe they'll surprise a couple of people because they got Xabi Alonso, who's a good manager. However, I doubt that they will be a serious problem for the league or something like that. So for me, I think signing like this will guarantee Arsenal win the league. Will they step up their interest in Vinny? And even if they don't get Vinny, will they go get someone like a Yildiz? If they get a left winger, for me, they're just ready to go again. People who bring up the Saliba stuff and Saliba's injured and blah, blah, blah. Bro, they've got the best defensive depth in the league. Like, let's allow it. Ben White, Mosquera, Gabriel, Calafiori, Hincapie, Timber. These are 6 centre-backs that start at my club. Never mind be bench options. They literally start at all the Premier League clubs, you guys. That's not like, this is why I say people lose their brain cells when it comes talking about Arsenal because everyone loses all logic. They pretend like we didn't see that Mosquera performance in the Champions League final. Like we didn't see Timber do what he do. Like we didn't see Hincapie play really well at left back and lock up so many right wingers. Like we didn't see Calafiori cook at the start of the season, before his injury. We've seen bro, like all these players performed well and played well. Yet we're going to sit up here and pretend that these are all bad players, because for whatever reason, whenever Arsenal is the topic, everyone loses all brain cells and starts speaking emotionally. At the end of the day, they're the league champions. Everyone questioned whether Arteta can get it over the line. He got it over the line in the end. They're league champions, so I don't get what people are just consistently critiquing just for the sake of it. But regardless, Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal, I think it'll be a great signing. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you whenever I see you. Peace out, people.